Right. Welcome to the Straight Talk Nutrition, and we are looking forward to learning more about the vitamins that are just amazing, and let's see where this takes us. I'm sure you've all got lots of questions and all got lots of stories. Put your stories in the comment. It'll be great to see. But we're going to, Neolife does nutrition well. As we say, no one like Neolife does nutrition the way we do it. And we're going to go through just the alphabet of the vitamins that we have and just see how they help us, why they help us, etc. And starting with vitamin A and D, it's if we have a look at A and D, both factors, the vitamin A and the vitamin D, are absolutely essential in maintaining good health. And it's a great product. It's from cod liver oil. It's from a very good source of cod liver oil. It's well-rounded with a natural option of your vitamin A and D. It's naturally there. Neolife claims it's 100% premium cod liver oil from the fish of the glacial-fed North Atlantic waters. Doesn't that sound really fresh, nice, and gorgeous? Its freshness and its potency in the capsule are retained with the quality of the capsules. And so we have a specific encapsulating process with specific capsules that retain the integrity of all our oils so that none are rancid when we get it. So that's a very important claim, and it's a very exciting claim. So basically, that's what it is. It's a great supplement to develop and maintain the health of bones and teeth. And an important thing for a lot of people as we age is night vision, and vitamin A and D is very important for the maintenance of seeing in a low light time, especially driving at night. For skin and tissue, the maintenance of our membranes, right from the start, our nose, our mouth, all the way down, those membranes, the mucous membranes, are helped with A and D, especially where one has a cold. Before, years ago, in the early days when we had our children were babies, we didn't have carotenoids, we didn't have the vitamins for children or anything. We used A and D for fixing everything, from colds to sunburn to so many things that pertain to the mucous membranes. What they do is, what the A and D does, it helps the growth and the repair of all our wet tissue called epithelial tissues, our skin, our lungs, our intestines. It just helps that growth and health of those wet tissues. And it helps immunity. Vitamin A and D and you'll hear more about D later, very, very important for immunity, good for reproductive health. And excessive A is not encouraged for pregnant women. Although our products are fine, they're not toxic, but when pregnant ladies are pregnant, it's best not to overdo the vitamin A in any form. The carotenoids are are from food. These are oils, so don't do too much during pregnancy, but it's a very, very important nutrient for the fetus. Their eye health, it's important. Their immunity, it's important. And the development of that fetus, vitamin A and D must be present in moms. So I'm mentioning that because people say, oh, I can't have A and D, I'm pregnant. Yes, you have to have A and D. It's a natural thing, but not excessive amounts. A is from fish liver and D, and it's stored in our liver and released into our bloodstream when necessary. So it's just an amazing product. It really is. The next product we're going to talk about is the vitamin Bs. Hmm. There we are. The perfect balance of B vitamins. I love the balance of the Bs. And that is so, so important to Neolife, and we thank them for it. Whereas vitamin A is fat soluble, this is water soluble. Bs are water soluble, as are vitamin C, so they don't get stored in your body. And so you'll find that the vitamin B here has a funny word called it's sustained release. So it means it's released for at least 6 hours after you take it. So it's a little bit of B. So nothing is wasted. It's all utilized by the body. And keeping that B family in balanced ratios as they occur naturally in whole food. That's what Neolife does best. And it's the balance that works best in our bodies. The B complex vitamins perform interrelated functions that are crucial to helping the body transform the food that we eat into energy we need to live. They are beautiful energy vitamins. They have a lot of benefits, but they are, yeah, people are are going for one family member as opposed to a complete balance. I would encourage people to start with a good balance, increase your intake of our balance B, and see if you can avoid having a large intake of just one of the family members, which could block and interfere with the function of all the other family members if it's not in a balanced ratio. So, what is it required? 4Bs are required to help with the normal function of the heart, the immunity, and nervous system. Um, they help with the maintain the normal growth and development of kids, and skin and vision. Vision again, it's good. Normal psychological function and mental performance. It's Vitamin B is an energizer, and it can really energize one's mind and brain. If you're really feeling like I'm not going to be able to get through this, you take your vitamin B. I hope all our matric writers are taking vitamin B. Because it reduces tiredness and fatigue. And it also helps balancing or regulate normal hormonal function. Red blood cells uh, are formed and play a role in the process of cell division. And this is where vitamin B is very important in the red blood cell um, uh, uh, formation. Vitamin B helps reduce the risk of neural tube defects when taken daily. Um, and that would be daily prior to becoming pregnant and during early pregnancy and even after pregnancy. Spina bifida is a very, very sad situation that kids that have a lack of B or folic acid, but that's in the B vitamins, and have a twisted spine. It really is not nice. It's a sad situation that cannot be really rectified. It helps normal metabolism, and the homocysteine, which the homocysteine in our blood is more dangerous than cholesterol. It's a dangerous component of the blood if uncontrolled. And the interesting thing is, lipotropic, which is another one of our products, lipotropic contains just a few members, B6, 12, and folic acid, of the B family to help support healthy homocysteine levels. And, it's combined with betaine hydrochloric acid to enhance vitamin B absorption, and citrus bioflavonoids support the health of blood vessels. So that's on that side. But why I'm showing you that is the only place that we have a section of the family of bees is for when the lipotropic, but they are used for that homocysteine uh, 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 balance, or keeping it in its right place and getting rid of it. That's the important. It's controlled. If it's not, if homocysteine is not controlled, it's a very, very big problem in our blood system. So that's exciting. So now, why would we have the NeoLife? I'm just trying to, sorry, let me just try and get this done. There we are. Nope, not that one. Why would we want NeoLife's vitamin B sustained release? It's exclusive biologically bound yeast, and it's a whole food source. And so that's exciting. Just a nice whole food source of vitamin B that your body recognizes the source. It has all the vitamin B family in. It's high potency formula. It's sustained release for over a period of 6 hours at least. And it has no preservatives in it. It's protein glazed, and that's what protects the nutrient potency in the product. I just think that it has so many functions in our body. It's such a perfectly made vitamin B for us that it's really, really worthwhile. And yeah, people love this bee. It keeps you sharp. I'm sure it's good. Well, it's not. I'm sure it is good for brain health. Other products that are good for brain health are omegas, but for energy, keeping your brain sharp, having the energy to get through the day focused. Vitamin B is a great, great, great product. Okay, so now let's have a look at this next one. Let me just get this here. Vitamin C. Vitamin C. Now that's another water-soluble vitamin like vitamin B, so it is also sustained relief. And this product, vitamin C, gives us protection and protects our cells from oxidative stress. That's aging, that's rusting. If you cut an apple in half, as an example of oxidation, it turns brown. You put some lemon juice with C in, it helps prevent that turning brown as quickly. So it is water soluble. It cannot be stored for a long time, and it has to be replenished daily. Now, vitamin C, if you have too much, it's a great protector for your urinary tract infections, etc. Vitamin C fights infection. So if you have too much for your body to utilize and it is eliminated, it passes through those urinary tracts, and it fights infection on its way through. So it's never, ever wasted. It's a very important protector nutrient. And the majority of people really never, ever reach the minimal level of daily requirements. It gives us, we have two choices of vitamin C. And both choices are high potency, high purity vitamin C from citrus fruits, oranges, lemons, grapefruit, which enhance its bioavailability for better absorption and utilization. And NeoLife's Neoplex concentrate provides everything from whole fruit. For instance, our vitamin C from the fruits I've mentioned, the bioflavonoids find the bioflavonoids are families of the C. The rutin, the hesperidin, are part of the flavonoids that show our product is natural. It's all part of the family and making it highly bioavailable and effective. So you've got the whole family. You haven't just got a vitamin C, you've got the entire family. Now that the rest of the family help build strong connective tissues, help our collagen. They're good for us. They're good for keeping the moisture in our skin, for instance. So a natural vitamin C gives so much more protection and use than a synthetic C. We have two potencies. The vitamin C, this is our sustained release, just the plain vitamin C, and that has 500 milligrams of C, which is a lovely dose for people who are well. They just want to maintain their C levels, and as it says, it provides the the powerful time-release nutrient delivery over at least 6 hours. The other one is the all-seed chewable, and that is like a sweet. It's a lovely, lovely flavor. Kids love it. It's sour. It's got 204 milligrams of vitamin C. It's lower than the sustained release because with that vitamin C being released instantly, your body deals with it. You're not wasting it. And so that's it's a fast release. So that's great. If we have a look at the uses of vitamin C, it helps metabolize fats and proteins. But as I've already mentioned, it helps connective tissue formation. It's so good as an anti-wrinkle. I mean, you got wrinkles. But if you take it before you have the wrinkles, it really slows down that aging of the skin because of the moisture retention. And tying in with that, it has normal collagen formation for the function of the blood vessels, the bones, the cartilage, the skin, the gums, the teeth. The collagen is what sticks us together. It's the glue that sticks all the cells together. And vitamin C, with your protein, with some minerals, all form a very strong collagen. So our protein, which we'll talk about in the few weeks to come, is a whole protein. And that whole protein is what collagen is made from. Collagen is just a bunch of amino acids. And collagen is not as complete in amino acids as our protein is. So all those, the C, the bioflavonoids, the flavonoids, the protein, all help build very strong connective tissues, our collagen, which is fabulous. It's a very potent water-soluble antioxidant. You know, we have all our antioxidants, A, C, E, our phytodefense that we spoke about last week. The antioxidant, it all contributes to cell protection from free radical damage, from the unpaired molecules, basically damaging the either water area of the cell or the fat area of the cell, depending. Maintenance of immune system. Vitamin C can really build immunity. And also vitamin C is essential for iron absorption. So it's no use having a load of extra iron if you're not taking a lot of vitamin C. Very often, if you eat intention, you eat iron-based foods and you increase your uptake of vitamin C, your deficiency in iron will go or will improve. So vitamin C is essential. So take it with your iron, or if you take it with your multi-mineral, take C as well. And C is very good for wound repair. Now, if we get back to the immunity and wound repair, if you feel a cold coming on, the first thing you ought to do is hit it hard with some C. Doesn't matter which C you have. Obviously, you need 1,000 to 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams in a day to fight infection. Whether it's wounds or colds, you need a high dose. So that would mean 6 of those. And so I'm just saying it's quite safe to do 6 of these if you need them over a day or even more, because that's going to fight and give your immunity a boost, fight your infection. And obviously, you all see at 200 milligrams a tablet, you'd need more. But for kids, to suck some all C every few hours, it's a wonderful, wonderful help towards fighting infections. If it's a cold season, all the kiddies at school have got colds, just make sure they have extra all C to suck and enjoy, because it really, really does help. Let's see. Yeah, let's just have a look. Yeah, or see the richest vitamin C sources from rosehip, acerola, cherries. It's from citrus as well, and it's just a great, great product. Okay, so that's the vitamin C, which is, it's a well-known vitamin, and I'm sure everybody's onto it. Now we've got our D, a vegan D, which we've spoken a bit about D with the A and D. Gosh, we brought up in when we had very little else. We brought up our kids on A&D, as I said, and see, it was amazing how well they all did with not getting colds, etc. But now we've got a lot more to play around with, which is really wonderful. Now, vegan D is a fat soluble vitamin. That means it looks after the fat areas of your body and it's stored in your body. It's an immune booster. Okay, it's what we call our sunshine vitamin because we can make it if we in the sun often enough. We can make it when our body has the UVB, the ultraviolet B rays on it, and when it hits our skin. But we've got to be naked. We've got to have enough of us naked in the sun for as long as we can. When I say as long as we can, for at least fair skin 30 minutes a day. As your skin gets darker, a lot longer than that. And you know what? We, for a start, don't have time. We don't sit in the sun because of skin issues. And yeah, that's the way it goes. But we do get the vitamin D from the sunshine. But you know what? We also get it from fish liver oil, which is a good supplier. But typically, it shows that we get 10 to 20% of D from our food. So, you know, that doesn't bode well to our stores of vitamin D. We have to supplement. If we're not sitting in the sun pretty well naked for 30 minutes a day, then we have to supplement. And, you know, I think we've got to look at what it does for us. We have, you know, I take some cold countries, they have indoor living. But if I look at children, a lot of them are indoor living because of gadgets and games that they play. And also another threat to our vitamin D is our sunscreens. They threaten our vitamin D, they're blocking it out. Countries who've been really hectic on sunscreens are now realizing that it hasn't done the population that much good. It hasn't. The sun is our protector as well. Our vitamin D is our protector. So, you know, the functions of our D2 and D3 in this vegan D is for immunity. It helps us use and absorb calcium and phosphorus, which is protection from osteoporosis, together with, you know, obviously we've got to have an intentional lifestyle of exercise as well for that bone strength. But it really is very important for our strong bones and teeth, and it's very important for pregnant ladies, which we have actually mentioned a little bit of. This product is hugely necessary for muscle function and for cell division. And so we can rely on the Neolife proprietary blend of naturally sourced and whole food. And because it's naturally sourced whole food and our body recognizes it, it has a good bioavailability, absorption into our body, and it's potent. Our vitamin D3 is from lichen, which is traditionally eaten by people in the Arctic countries. And it's sustained, it's sourced sustainably, which is very important on Neolife's agenda to source in a sustained fashion. And your vitamin D2 is from yeast and certain mushrooms. You know, if you leave your mushrooms in the sun, I believe they produce lovely vitamin D. So that's another little a tip that I've learned. And yeah, so it's naturally sourced, 100% vegan, whole food based, unique plant source combination, very, very unique, and high potency and safety, safe quality, which is great. It is just good. And then we got here, let's see what it says here. Approximately, did you know, 60% of the African population has inadequate vitamin D. We get 10 to 20% of our D from our food. The rest is produced in the body following exposure to sunlight, or the rest is gotten through supplementation if you don't do all, the sunlight thing. Okay, so that's great. Let's have a look at our vitamin E. It's a great product. Vitamin E is a well-known product. It's paired with cold pressed wheat germ oil to provide a full spectrum of tocopherols and tocotrienols, and that's what I'm going to be chatting about. There are basically 8 primary compounds that make up a vitamin E. And they're called tocopherols and tocotrienols. We don't have to know those names, but it's just 4 of each. That's a family of E. It should be called an E complex, like the B complex, but it's not. In our range of products, wherever you see vitamin E, you know that you will have the complete balance of tocopherols and tocotrienols. So once again, we can rely on the Neolife difference, and there is a very big difference between synthetic and food-based E in the way the molecules perform. They don't perform the same. So your body doesn't recognize synthetic E very, very successfully. Synthetic, okay, let's just start with governments only recognize the alpha tocopherol name or form of vitamin E. That's why all products will have alpha tocopherol on. But this is what they use to measure the potency of the product. But there are the E's that are needed, and only one source, one product that comes from the product that comes from nature will have all 8 in. And so just to understand that ours has all 8 and the difference is good. And we would realize it's good. You see, a synthetic alpha tocopherol will be described as a DL-alpha tocopherol. There's that little DL. A natural source of E will be D-alpha tocopherol. So you can see if they are synthetic or not just by that little L added in. We need vitamin E as an antioxidant. It protects our cells from oxidation in the fat areas, and it maintains good health, and it is a considered essential. That means we have to put it in. And it's really good for our heart. And so, it's good for our heart. It helps circulation. It helps a lot of things. So together with our other oils of omega, it's a great product. So now if we have a look at our other products that contain these vitamins, I'm going to just show you the Formula 4. For people who are not familiar with our products, we have a Beyond Basic multivitamin. It's a brilliant multivitamin in 2 sizes, and this contains all the vitamins, but obviously in different quantities to the bottles, individual bottles of the various vitamins. So that has a complete family of vitamins in. There's another Formula 4 Plus, which is in a sachet, and that has all the vitamins we've spoken of in it. And then if we have a look at these Formula 4, either the box or the bottle, it is so much more than just a multivitamin. And it's important to realize that it's got a few good carbohydrates. It's got your lipids and sterols, which are your energy oils. They get your cells working well. They're the only multivitamins anywhere in the world that have these lipids and sterols called threonine in them. They have some protein, they have minerals, and they have the range of vitamins that we've been speaking about and digestive enzymes. So all our multivitamins are made up like that. They're not just a multivitamin and mineral. It's a great they're great products. And then of course the ultimate multivitamin, as people call it, the Formula 4 is inside this Pro Vitality pack. So you've got all that we've mentioned inside this Pro Vitality pack because the Formula 4 Plus is in there, and it also has your carotenoid and your omega. There, the tablets are there. Your omega, your carotenoid, your threonine, and your multivitamin and mineral. So you've got the vitamins in in their families, but in smaller quantities in our multi complex tablets that people take on a daily basis. So if you need more, you can get the individual bottles, and you can then step it up if you're feeling you're feeling like you need more. If you're very stressed, you need more B. If you're fighting a cold, you need more C and D. That sort of thing. If you have circulatory problems, you get a bit more E into it. So it's nice to have the choice, but start with a multivitamin and mineral complex with all the energy oils, etc., etc. in. So with that, I encourage you to go out, share these products,